Good morrow, my quixotic comrades. This is Cavalier here, and today we'll be covering a deck to beat the Steel Sentinel on Heroic. Now, just a recap for anyone who doesn't know, the Heroic Steel Sentinel makes it so that the hero and all of their minions can only take 1 damage at a time, which is horribly frustrating. But it's actually kind of a fun interaction. If you've got, pretty good cards for it. You will notice that there's kind of a problem with the rare or less, but I've done it a couple times now where I've included legendaries and epics if they're from other adventures, or even from this, if they're from an adventure, basically. So if you're guaranteed to get them by paying for it, I know it kind of sucks, but there's a reality that there's probably a pretty good bit of you who don't have full collections, but you're not bare-ass noobs. Like, if you're a bare-ass noob, there's plenty of resources out there for completely 100% basic decks to do this. This is more for the people who have been playing for a little while. They're not incredibly good at the game. They don't have an incredible collection yet, but they do have a lot of the sort of basic cards. Not literally basic cards, but the low-lying... Not low-lying. What's the best way to put this? The cards that everyone ends up having at some point or another. Kel is a huge boon to have in this deck, because there's some sort of weird thing that goes on. I'm not really sure why it happens, but their minions will almost never attack. So you say you put an Annoyatron down, you'll see it in the game. If you put an Annoyatron down, and then you have a Kel'Thuzad or whatever order, as long as Kel survives, they will use all their burn on Kel'Thuzad, but they don't have any crazy burn, like maybe 2 or 3 turns worth of burn before Kel'Thuzad's dead, but they'll use it on Kel. They won't attack, they won't do anything to get rid of the Annoyatron, or even, honestly, Target Dummy. That's the original thing I tried. A Target Dummy. Same kind of idea. The advantage of having a Target Dummy is it's 0 mana, so on turn 8, if you have both, you could still kind of save yourself and kind of build a field back, but it's kind of... Some substitutions. I didn't at the time have any Mogashan Wardens, which, let's go ahead and do... That's this guy. I have since opened a lot of packs and have one now. That's probably a good substitute for the Silverback Patriarch. It really doesn't have a huge effect one way or the other. I don't think I used either of them in my gameplay. But yeah, this is a pretty standard list. You're going to find a lot of lists like this elsewhere. The big difference here is I don't have 2 Emperor Cobras. 1, because I didn't have them at the time. And 2, I think that this is probably better off. Just because I'm 2 for 2 with the deck. I haven't lost with this deck yet, but I also have only played 2 games. So I think, and I was it was a very close game. And when the interaction goes on as long as this interaction goes on, you pretty much want to do it in one shot, because, again, very fun, but it's a 20-minute match a lot of times. So Holy Light's good for getting your guys back up. There's other cards that reduce, Humility, change the minion's attack to 1. That's kind of cool. Myexna's a really big deal to have, and if you've got Kel, you've obviously got Myexna. Again, you could always sub in some Emperor Cobras if you want to. Aldor, also great. So just in general, you're doing a lot of damage, single points of damage in a row. So like Haunted Creeper does 1 point of damage, but it spawns 2 1/1s, also 1 point of damage. And when that spawns, that's a Knife Juggler that does 2 more damage because of that. You see what's going on here? Muster for Battle, it's just a bunch of 1/1/1s, or 1/1s and then a 1/1 weapon. So yeah, you get the idea. You want to do 1 damage at a time. Well, you can only do 1 damage at a time. And you have big board clears like Equality Consecrate. That's pretty much your way around the big boys. Otherwise, it's you've got to look out for Armorsmith, and you've got to look out for... Who's that big taunt? Lord of the Arena. And Master Jouster, that kind of sucks too. Then the other big card they have is North Sea Kraken. I think outside of that, those are pretty much the biggest problem that you're going to come across. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and cut here and start off the match. Okay. I'm going to let you guys behind the scenes for a little bit here. I've recorded all the voiceovers for all 4 of the heroics in this wing. Keep Shield and Minibot. And Kel is worth keeping because he's so vital. But, well, apparently not this time. maybe it worked out better or whatever. I guess you kind of don't want to have him right away. He's pretty ballsy. You want to be able to actually play stuff in the opening game. Yeah, I've recorded all the voiceovers for everything today, all the deck list, the segments for that, all the matches, and this is the last match voiceover. I just did the Mill Rogue from Skelosaurus, and this is literally the last thing I'm doing, and I could not be more thrilled. I've been talking to myself. This is one of those things that nobody fucking tells you, or unless you know, somebody doesn't pay attention or whatever. This is the stuff that they don't tell you about. It is fucking hard to talk to a microphone for 2 hours. It is ridiculously hard. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it is. It's so bad. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. Anyway, besides all that, we got very lucky here. We have lots of early game. That's always good. Let's go ahead and let them burn their shield whenever they... something was downloading in the background or something, so there's a little bit of lag here. Let them burn their own shields, not a big deal. Cards like True Silver, right now, not a big deal, but True Silver and like Armor Smith, fucking infuriating. Armor Smith basically guarantees them 4 armor, but probably more. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and take that out, because that's not a big deal. Yeah, there's that lag I was talking about. Let's do what we can with that. Okay, so that's great. A Brawl that early is pretty awesome, because their big board clears are Brawl and Enter the Coliseum. Probably not the best ones to get, but okay, as far as... like that or Acolyte of Pain probably would have been the best one to get. Yeah, I didn't see any need to do Acidic Swamp Ooze just because he wasn't going to get any health from his weapon, so there's really nothing major about it. It's 4 damage, not a big deal. There's the other one. Alright, that's good news. I think he's only got 2. Now this is a funny little bit of behavior. They will give it to the other dude for whatever reason. I don't know why they do it. I guess they're programmed to do it, but hey. I'm gonna let it happen. I ain't gonna fucking give him shit for it.
Animating the library books. I'll the flying hammers in the
now, facing a very key decision here. Do I play my Exna in concern of something bigger playing later or not? I think not in this case. Really what you want to hit my Exna against is like a Lord of the Arena, or if you absolutely have to, something like that. That just soaks up damage. That's the best out of those 3. Something like a, what the hell is it called? North Sea Kraken, that's a pretty good one. You lose the Myexna, but you take out a 9/7 that already did 4 damage, so, you know, you do what you gotta do. Now, you want to, even though it's probably worse for health overall, you want to hit with face when you can, unless you're at a very low health, basically. There was Enter the Coliseum, you guys saw it a second ago. That's another big board clear I've already fucking taken out, so Kel's pretty... Whenever I get Kel's gonna be pretty much set up here. Alright, now I go ahead and let's get my X now. No? Alright, let's go ahead and get Haunted Creeper out. Fuck it. I think... Oh, you know what it is? The hope here is that I'll get Kel'Thuzad pretty soon. No, I'll get Kel pretty soon from something, and that's alright. And then I won't have to be. I'll have a bunch of 1/1 minions, or rather 1 attack minions on the field that I don't have to worry about anymore. So now, do we Equality Consecrate? It's kind of an interesting decision to make, because that's your big board clear, and that means that they only get 2. They only end up getting 2 armor from that, which is pretty badass. Reporting for duty. Looks like we go ahead and Equality Consecrate here. We want to hold the Aldor for something bigger, like a North Sea Kraken or something like that, so that's fine. To battle. Fine, I'll want. It seemed like that made a lot more noise than it should have for what it was, but winning here is pretty vital. Didn't win, but no big deal. That's what my excellence for. Okay. So I think what I want to do here... okay. Fair enough. And then what I can do now is I can get rid of a 6 health taunt next turn with my Exna. Yeah, that's not a terrible play. Good job, Cav. There's another weapon. Right, so I think it's only 2 True Silvers, and I think there are 2... I think there are 2 Arcanite Reapers as well. But again, though, just like all the other bosses, they seem to go face more often than not. You want to do that before Knife Juggler, because Knife Juggler you want to hit face in that case. There's no reason when it's going to kill it off anyway. Or rather, when the knives won't actually kill the minion, you might as well just get out of the way now. Yeah, it looks like I'm not overcommitting. Okay, so I'm playing very conservatively here, which ended up being okay. That was a pretty lucky thing right there. The fucking Poison Blade. It's nutty because they don't have any. It's a passive hero power, so it never gets triggered, so that's no big deal. Alright, there's that Kel'Thuzad I needed. I think I go ahead and destroy their weapon too. Do I? Oh, you know what? No, I don't think I do. I think we do Juggler and then Kel'Thuzad and then start running other stuff into it. So this is a really awesome combo. The Myexna Kel'Thuzad thing, super awesome because basically you're gonna get killed off every time you hit Myexna against something that you want to hit Myexna against. So yeah, this really sucks about the armor, but you know, it's one of these matches where it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back until you get there. But yeah, Myexna can keep being resummoned over and over and over if you run her into big stuff, which is pretty badass. And again, something like a North Sea Kraken is going to aim for Kel pretty much every time, and that Kel can take 2 hits from that. Luckily, they pass a whole lot here, which is kind of strange, honestly. Now you just gotta start whittling them down. So this is this is what you would call the beginning of the end. Got a pretty good field. They've already pulled a brawl and a Coliseum. I don't think there are any brawls. I think they only have 1 of each. There's no ones. If they win, I'm not screwed, but it's gonna be really annoying. And what do you fucking know? They win. Still not a big deal, and you'll see I can run my Exna into that and then get her back right afterwards, which is pretty badass. Alright, there's that. Now, this is something that you gotta be kind of careful about how you play. You don't want to, say you lose 1 minion that you want back, like my Exna. Don't play a 7th fucking minion because my Exna won't come back then. Don't do anything, see? I want to have a little slot left for her. Even though you get more hits out of it with with Knife Juggler and all that. So in this case, he doesn't actually win, but if he had, all I would have done was run a Paladin Silverhand Recruit into him to get rid of his Divine Shield, and then I would have just traded my Exna. Or, not traded, but I would have hit my Exna into it. No big deal. So Kel really is a superstar of this match. What? Oh, I wanted to get rid of that weapon. Right. That's fair enough. So now we gotta trade into that. I probably should have hit with my Exna first and then played Acidic Swamp Ooze, but I got lucky and they hit face, so. There's some of that burst I was telling you about. It's gonna go right there, yep. But that's fine. Again, we just trade that my Exna into it and we get a full health my Exna before, in all likelihood, Kel's gonna get taken out next turn or very soon. So it's good to get a full strength my Exna now. We have that equality, which we don't have Consecrate to pair it up with right now, but that's fine because you can just run anything else into anything that's only 1 health. That's no big deal. There's a bash. It's gonna go there again, right? Yep. And amazingly, they don't have anything else to take care of that, so that's pretty badass. So I got incredibly lucky on a lot of this stuff. Now it's just keep pushing face. Come on. Oh wow, they don't kill off Kel. Holy shit. Well, you're not always gonna get that lucky, but hey, what are you gonna do? So yeah, that was Steel Sentinel. Just to recap, get your early game when you can. Try to keep Kel out there with like a target dummy, but don't hold on to target dummies if you don't have to. Just play the field, play control. They're gonna overplay their hand. They're gonna start top decking, and their top decks are pretty good, but in general, you can play around them pretty easily. Other than that, well, that's really all there is to it. This is probably the second hardest one in the entire wing, just because of how long it takes. It's just a really tedious one to do, although very fun, much more fun than Skelosaurus Hex, because Skelosaurus Hex was just a goddamn chore. But yeah, so you're pretty much through the thick of it right now. So we'll go ahead and end this video here, and be sure to check out the Archthief for Fawn video that I'm going to be putting up in just a couple minutes. Honestly, it'll be right behind this one. Until then, guys, I'll see you around. Huffer, please.
Please, Huffer.
Huffer, I need you! I need you, Huffer! Fuck! Fuck! Oh, Huffer, you dick! Huffer is such a dick. What's going on? I'm trying to indicate with my mouse, even though it doesn't work like that. That's Ryan! Yeah, I'm not really sure if this is before or after. I think it's a little bit after the first one. Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. Let's start out with this bullshit. Oh! Oh, God!
Job's done.